Hello, Crit Starters. It's Will. Joining me today in the Crit storeroom in my parents' attic. I've been spending a little time this week getting everything in one place, and I don't know if you can see all of it here, but there's just so much stuff. It's really interesting making a film like Crit where anything can become something, and you never know what you're going to need. And with the film still in production, we've got a lot of stuff standing by. You can see down here we've got a Luchabot outfit, just a lot of vintage tech, etc., etc. But I'm rambling a little bit. We haven't done an update in a really long time, and obviously with this year being the way it is, even if you haven't been following our updates, two things are fairly obvious. One is the film is still incomplete, and obviously the pandemic has, as you would expect, had quite a big impact on us. Doesn't mean we shouldn't have been updating you. So I want to say I'm genuinely sorry that we haven't done an update in such a long time. It's been a obviously frustrating period of months. We've been focusing on the edit. The edit is coming along nicely. We've got a lot of sequences together now, but not knowing the future of the project has been frustrating. We at the start of this year had a game plan to get everything finished sort of around June time, shooting from April onwards, which obviously was exactly when this kicked off. So that meant that our plan to wrap up this project, which has already been going on for a couple of years, was shot down in flames quite early on. So that was tough to take. But I can't think of a project that we could have been in where we would be in a better position to pick this up when the time is right. As frustrating as it is, we're really fortunate that we have a low budget, passionate project or a passion project with people who want to be doing this rather than people who are just doing it to get a credit or whatever. I'm not phrasing this very well, but my point is, if we had hired actors for this, the likelihood of being able to get them back when it suits us after this would be slim, unless we had a very airtight contract that we couldn't get out of. But I know full well that when we can shoot, we will have a bunch of people ready, willing, and able, which is fantastic. And I've been in touch with quite a few of the Correct Gang lately. Um, and yeah, it's good to know that's the case. We're hoping to shoot something under the current guidelines, government guidelines, in December, which is just a few days away now. As I speak to you, nothing. It's not going to be anything substantial, unfortunately. It will just probably be some exterior pickup shots, maybe anything else we can squeeze in to benefit the sequences that we've been editing, because we can now see things being put together for the first time, which is obviously a huge step forward. And all that work we did at the start of the year to sort out our post-production workflow, has paid off in that. That's the biggest positive we can take from this, is that we're catching up on the post, and it will mean that when we shoot things, we're going to get exactly what we need. I'm reiterating a lot of what was in my last update, but I appreciate not all of you would have seen it, and I just felt it was important for me to reach out to you guys and tell you what's going on. The fact is, it's still really hard to say what the next step is and when. A lot of what we want to shoot that's left is with people who currently can't get into the country. We were pretty resolute in our decision to use some international talent to complete the film, so that really dictates when we can shoot. But we've already planned the structure of those shoots and know that when that happens, we can. We're got a lot of preparation for that done already, and it will be quite a quick process. So this will be going on into next year, and hopefully we'll get to a point where we can be shooting more actively. The other thing, of course, is the financial situation of a lot of us isn't what it was before this, so that's another thing that makes things unpredictable. But I'm confident, following this small shoot we did in December, we will get back to shooting something in the not too distant future. And yeah, for all the people who've been following us this long and still supporting us and not slagging us off for not getting the job done, we appreciate it, because you'd be well within your rights too. And that sounded like I heard people were having a go, and I haven't. Everybody's still been really supportive. Everyone I speak to still really wants to get back to it, and believes that we will, and that's the important thing. It's just keeping the faith. These things happen. This is a particularly strange circumstance, but there's always going to be obstacles. And yeah, it's exciting to see the film coming together and hopefully being finished one day. So thanks again, and hope you're doing well. And if I don't speak to you before, then have a lovely Christmas and New Year.